At 6:12 a.m., my phone buzzed on a nightstand, lighting up the dark like a warning flare. I was half awake when I read the message, and by the time my heart caught up to my brain, I was already sitting upright, cold and furious. We transferred the house to your sister. Mortgage is due Friday. Please cover it. No greeting. No explanation. Just a demand that hit harder than any insult they'd ever thrown my way. That house wasn't just brick and paint. It was a place I grew up fixing leaky faucets with my dad, repainting walls with my mom on weekends, promising myself that one day I'd own it outright. For years, I'd sent money home, quietly, faithfully, helping with repairs, taxes, and yes, most of the mortgage. I never complained. I believed in family. I believed effort mattered. Apparently, I was wrong. My sister, Lila, had always been the golden child. Louder, flashier, better at asking, worse at earning. While I worked double shifts and skipped vacations, she bounced between ideas and boyfriends, always finding herself. Somehow, my parents found it easier to handle the deed than to have an honest conversation with me. I stared at that message for a long time. They expected me to argue, to beg, to fall back into my old role, the reliable one who'd clean up the mess. Instead, I felt something calm settle in. Clear, focused. I replied with 3 words. Understood. One moment. Then I got to work. Over the years, I kept every receipt, every bank transfer, every text asking me to help just this once. I wasn't planning revenge back then. I was protecting myself without realizing it. By noon, I had a clean timeline and a folder that told the full story. Who really paid, who really maintained the house, and who legally benefited. I also made one more call to the bank. It turns out, when you're the one who's been paying the mortgage consistently, your name matters. Especially when the transfer paperwork is rushed and incomplete. Especially when signatures are missing and obligations aren't disclosed. The bank flagged the account for review and froze automatic payments until ownership and responsibility were clarified. At 3:40 p.m., my phone rang. It was my mother, voice tight, polite anger stretched thin. The bank says there's an issue. Did you do something? I made sure everything was accurate. I said calmly, since I'm no longer the owner, I shouldn't be paying for it. That wouldn't be appropriate. Silence. Then my father came on the line, his tone sharper. You're being difficult. No, I said, I'm being fair. That evening, Lila called. She didn't yell. She cried. Said she didn't know the mortgage was so high. Said she assumed I'd help, like always. That was the moment it clicked for her. Handed a house, but not the weight of it. I can't afford this, she admitted. I know, I said. That's why I never wanted the house handed over without a plan. The next day, my parents asked to meet. No accusations this time. Just tired faces and a table full of regrets. They offered compromises, partial ownership, promises. I listened, then slid my folder across the table. This isn't about punishing anyone, I said. It's about accountability. If the house is hers, the mortgage is hers. If you want my help, we do it transparently or not at all. In the end, the deed was reversed. Not to me, but to a trust, one that required shared responsibility and clear terms. I declined ownership and withdrew my financial support entirely. Instead, I bought a smaller place of my own across town. Quiet. Mine. Last week, I got another message. No demands this time. Just a simple line. We understand now. I didn't reply. Some messages don't need answers. Some lessons finally land without words.